What's going on, guys? It's your boy Darth Eternal here with the latest Star Wars news. But before we do get into that, remember, hit the subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know. Also, go check out my last video as it was a good one, so give it a thumbs up as you watch. Let's start today's show because we have some big news today. So, Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen sat down with Entertainment Weekly to talk about their preparation for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and this is what Ewan said first. I watched them from start to finish, all 9 movies, just to get back in that world. The Obi-Wan Kenobi actor also shared that it was the first time that he had watched the prequels since they were originally released, admitting that it was an interesting experience saying this. It was interesting watching all of our films because I hadn't seen them since they came out, not at all. So it was cool to see and interesting to watch them and enjoy them without all of the noise that was around when they came out. So again, this is really nice to see how they prepped up and got ready. One of the things that I noticed is that he didn't admit to watching the Clone Wars or Rebels. So I wonder if he just stuck to the movies only, and that's pretty interesting because again, knowing that this series is going to have a touch of the Clone Wars and some Rebel things, I just wonder, did he learn anything or did he just kind of spark note it? That's kind of what I'm leaning towards for that, because again, watching all those seasons of the Clone Wars and Rebels is a lot because they do have a lot of episodes. So this is what Hayden Christensen revealed, that he didn't just rewatch all the films, but he also got into the animated show, and namely Star Wars, the Clone Wars, and Rebels. And this is what he had to say. I went back and rewatched all the films, and I also got into the animated shows, the Clone Wars and Rebels. The Darth Vader actor then shared his thoughts on about the series, pointing out that there was some interesting stuff there to learn about his character in the animated series, because again, they did dive deeper and more into his life and also his who he was, who we got to learn more about Anakin and more about Kenobi. So this is what he had to say. It was interesting. They did a lot with these characters in those shows, and they did further explore the relationship. There was interesting stuff there to learn about for sure. It was great fun getting to go back and re-immerse yourself in this world that just continues to grow and become more and more vast. So again, this is really cool to see that Hayden is invested. He wants to give his best, and not saying that Ewan doesn't. We know Ewan's going to do a phenomenal job as Kenobi, but it's nice to see because again, Hayden hasn't acted in such a long time. If I'm not mistaken, his last big movie was Jumper, which is, again, if you watch my live streams, Jumper to me is a great movie. It's one of my favorite. It's with Samuel Jackson as well, and they were supposed to do a part 2 to that, which never happened because again, he did retire from acting, and again, he stepped away. But Hayden Christensen, like I said, is clearly excited about his highly anticipated return to the galaxy, and we know that the actor's passion for the franchise is apparent, guys. When he mentioned that he watched every related project to the series, including the animated shows, it goes to show you that it's definitely important to him, and he wants to cover all angles and all aspects of the character and understand who this character is during this time, because again, the Clone Wars talks a lot about him, and also Rebels talks a lot about Vader. So again, it's amazing to see. Now, we know that Christensen's prep work means that he is all caught up, like I said, thus providing, to be a valuable asset for his return to the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. As a result, Darth Vader, would understand the references and Easter eggs that are sprinkled throughout these TV shows. So again, it goes to show you that this man cares about his character. He cares about the role, because he's not just playing Anakin, he's playing Vader. And it's not just Vader, it's Anakin, and it's a bit of both. So it's nice to see that, again, he's learning. And I want you guys to comment down below if this is something that really inspires you, because again, for me, hearing this as a fan and a Star Wars YouTuber, it really inspires me to really want to learn more. And also too, it goes to show you that this character, or should I say this actor, really cares for the role and really loves Star Wars, because again, this isn't just something that you get hired and you just do it. No, you learn the character, you learn all the ins and outs of it, even if it's animated or not. You want to sit there and give yourself all that knowledge that you possibly can. Now, given that Christensen is also set to return on the Ahsoka series, the actors they deep dive into the animated show, and it could serve as an advantage since it gives him an opportunity to fully explore the complex relationship of his character also with Rosario Dawson's Jedi. So again, this is really cool, and I think that with Christensen's mention of the Clone Wars and Rebels could also hint that some of these characters from those shows definitely would end up appearing in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, especially after Rupert Friend teased that there are wonderful cameos in this series, as I talked about before. So again, I think that them talking about this, and I think that again, Christensen really, deep diving into his role, I think goes to tell you that he needs to learn not just himself. And this is how much of a great actor he is. It's not just learning about himself, it's about learning what all these other characters did in the Clone Wars and Rebels series, because again, they all played a part, obviously more in the Clone Wars with him as Anakin. They played a big part and a big role, and that's why I say I definitely believe we're going to see some Qui-Gon. I definitely believe we're going to see some, possibly Mace Windu, not coming back. What I'm saying is that it could be in a flashback. Who knows? We might even see Plo Koon, guys. He's been, obviously, he was the one that was thrown out when he was supposedly going to be the one that came out in the season finale of The Mandalorian. So again, I think that it's amazing to see how invested these actors are. And listen, I still give it to Ewan McGregor. To watch all 9 films is simply amazing, because it is hard for me just to even watch one, as I've seen them all, obviously, but it's been a while to sit down and have the time. And again, these guys get paid, millions of dollars, but still, it's still the fact that to sit down and watch all 9 films, it's a lot. And, in a day to do that, I mean, one is enough, but to do all 9 is a lot. I'm not going to lie to you. But again, guys, I'm super excited for this series. And it just tells you all the more how amazing this show is going to be. And again, like I said before, how invested they really are, and how much they care for the franchise and how much they care for the show. And I think that you guys can see that, and I think that as you watch this, you'll comment down below and you'll give your intake on how you feel about Christensen and McGregor really giving it their all and really going back and doing their homework. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. Like I said, comment down below and let me know what you think about this news. Hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know, and stay tuned as I'll have another video out tomorrow. Later, guys.